Some Friday real talk. So, limiting beliefs. How can you conquer limiting beliefs and create a limitless mindset? So, I do like to start with stories when it comes to things like this. And anybody who's sort of into athletics or even into their fitness probably knows who Roger Bannister is. Roger Bannister was the first person to break the 4-minute mile. And for so long, people thought it wasn't possible to run a mile in 4 minutes or under. The belief was it was simply impossible for the human body to possibly run a 4-minute mile. However, once Roger Bannister achieved that, up until that point nobody had done it before. It was almost as if the floodgates had opened, and so many people after him done it. I think soon after he had done it, I think even within days and weeks later, multiple people went and actually done it too, and broke the 4-minute time, and even beat his own time and things like that. Simply, and yet without him being the catalyst to sort of overcome and dispel that limiting belief that a human cannot run a 4-minute mile, who knows how long it would have took before it happened, but it takes that catalyst for change to overcome that limiting belief. So all of us experience limiting beliefs. We all say to ourselves, I can't do this, I can't do that. That inner voice, that inner critic in your head, which is just screaming at you like, oh, you know, fucked up on the diet this time. I must, and then going forward, that one fuck up, that one mistake, it becomes programmed and ingrained in your brain where you think, I simply cannot succeed at this endeavour. I cannot succeed doing X, Y, and Z. I'm a failure. Like, I'm making these mistakes. How can I get this right? Can I even get it right? And at this point, limiting belief has truly manifested in your mind, and they are difficult to overcome, but they certainly can be overcome. And it's a process, but it can be achieved. So, number one, the first step in the process of conquering and overcoming limiting beliefs is really just reframing the belief itself. Really getting to grips with what it is. First off, being aware and identifying the belief. So if it is something like, oh, I have no fitness, I can't train, I can't exercise, you're constraining yourself to a belief that you've created. Now, this is the next step, and it's probably one of the most crucial steps. It's getting to the facts. So whenever someone says, I can't exercise or I can't do this, in their mind, they think this is objective fact, that this is just a fact of life. It's a valid, objective fact. When the reality is, it's not. It's purely subjective. It is purely your own subjective opinion. Yes, there are limits to what we can do, no doubt. But a lot of the time, a lot of our actions and our behaviours and what we do in life, you're capable of so much more. So much more. But yet, with these mental blocks, with this negative self-talk, and this big inner voice and big inner critic screaming at you, you can't do this, you can't do that, how can you possibly overcome that? How can you possibly begin to unlimit that limiting belief and create a new limitless mindset? So, again, like I said, reframe the limiting belief, and first off, identify what it is and be aware of what it is. Get to the facts, acknowledge the fact that it's merely just your opinion. It's not a fact. Another example would be, say, public speaking. You think in your head that you're shit at public speaking, that you're horrible, that you can't be a great public speaker. If you're watching this video and you think that, just ask yourself, right, when have I ever done it doesn't have to be a big public speaking event, even just getting up in front of a class. We've all done it, like we've all got in front of a class, we've all spoken in school, doing presentations and things like that. Ask yourself, was there ever a time after those sessions, or anytime you got up in front of a crowd and spoke, did people come up to you and say, you're fucking shit at public speaking, you're so bad, and couldn't stop laughing at you and saying you're so horrible? Like, did that really happen? No. More often than not, did people learn things from what you were saying? Yes. Did people take value from what you were saying? Yes. Does that mean then that your next public speaking is going to be at a TEDx event? No. But the point is, you in your head thought you were horrible, but the reality is nobody really cared about whether you're horrible or not. They probably thought this person's fine, this person's doing okay, this person's okay, maybe not the most confident person in the world, but they're still doing a good job. It still takes a lot of balls to get up and speak in front of the public, or in front of a group of people, like even if it's just within a classroom setting. So if that's not the case, if you didn't get roundly criticised and just overly critiqued for being a horrible public speaker, then you're literally you're holding on to a limited belief and an opinion of yourself that you're not a great public speaker. But the reality is, the facts of the matter, the actual objective facts is, you're an okay public speaker and you've done an okay job. You're not that bad. So that's crucial, getting to the facts and recognising that really your limiting beliefs are just opinions you hold of yourself. They're not objective facts. Society, people around you, your friends, your family don't think all about you. Well, now in some cases maybe, but a lot of the cases it's just your own opinion of yourself. It's not actually facts, objective facts. So the fourth and final step when it comes to overcoming a limiting belief is then, that's probably the toughest, is then creating a new belief in place of the limiting belief. So taking the example of the person who says they can't exercise and train. They're just not an exercise person. So they've reframed the limiting belief, they've acknowledged it, they recognise it, they get to the facts, they realise that, do you know what, I actually can exercise, I can train. Okay, I'm not a fucking world-class athlete, I'm not going to be fucking winning any Olympic gold medals here, but I can fucking do it. And the key is looking at small victories. So think of, the reality is nobody's perfect and nobody can succeed at every single endeavour, every single thing they ever do in life 100% of the time. It is simply impossible. Nobody can be perfect and succeed at every single thing they do in life. People can certainly achieve great excellence in everything they do, and that is something to strive for, but perfection is simply impossible. But strive for excellence. So yes, there will be times that you fail, there will be times that you come short, but forget about those times. Focus on the times where you did show up. Focus on the times where you were successful, that you did get that little victory. It could be the smallest of victories, the biggest of victories, but think about those positive success stories and success moments that you had in your life, and rewire your brain and say, those are my successes. Those successes define me. My losses, my failures, my flaws don't define me. They only serve to refine me and make me better as a person. So that's really it when it comes to limiting beliefs. It all comes down to this greater self-awareness, being aware of what these limiting beliefs are, not letting them control you and define who you are as a person. A good wee analogy as well as when it comes to negative emotions, and limiting beliefs are a negative emotion really, is if you're in the wild and you encounter a tiger, and the tiger is a clear threat and it is running at you and it will probably try to kill you. Whenever the tiger is running towards you, are you thinking about your problems? Are you thinking about, oh, what's going on in the world? No. You are only thinking about that tiger, the fear that the tiger creates, and trying to run away from it. So what basically happens there is, it's a negative emotion in the sense that you're fearful. Don't get me wrong, it saves your life, it's part of survival. However, we feel that way when it comes to challenges in life that aren't life-threatening. When it comes to challenges like trying to achieve greater personal growth, improve your health and fitness, be a better husband, a better partner, a better brother, a better sister, showing up for your kids, things like that. That those you experience the same paralyzing fear when it comes to trying to achieve success or value goals and like striving to achieve your dreams in life, because it's survival mode. I'm in survival mode here. I'm not going to push myself because it's dangerous. It's dangerous going out there and trying to push yourself and challenge yourself. That's going out of my comfort zone. But that's where the growth zone is. And if you will not grow in comfort zones, you will grow in growth zones. So you need to step outside of yourself. So whatever your goal may be, whether it's to lose 2 stone, that is the tiger. So it's comfortable just being where you are. It's safe being where you are. But like, I love this quote: ships are not made to sit in the harbour. Ships are made to go out to sea, to experience the challenge, the adversity. And as a person, as people, as human beings, we should do that too. So, so fundamentally, whenever you let something like the metaphorical tiger, which is the limiting belief, control you, it's a negative emotion. It constrains your possibilities. It limits your possibilities because you're only focusing on survival mode. You're not focusing on growth. You're not focusing on challenging yourself. Once you expand your mind and you experience more positive emotions like love, joy, contentment, fulfillment, you will increase the span and range of possibilities in life, and you will see more possibilities in life. So that is the 4-step process when it comes to conquering limiting beliefs and creating a limitless mindset. It's easier said than done. Like anything worth doing in life, it's a process and takes time. But if you stick to the steps of reframing the limiting belief, acknowledging and recognizing what the limiting belief is through cultivating greater self-awareness, getting to the facts, acknowledging the facts that a lot of the time limiting beliefs are not fucking facts about you as a person. They are opinions you hold of yourself, and only you think this about yourself. And finally then reframing, not just reframing the limiting belief, but completely dismantling it and in place implanting a new belief that helps you forge a limitless mindset and a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. So that is today's video, and thank you for watching, and get fucking after it.